All right, it's me again. It's the 18th of January 2025. So, this story, well, is about a young lady. Most of them are. There's a few gentlemen in my stories too, but most of them are females. Anyway, it's 2005. I am still working at the adult entertainment industry. It's a bar, restaurant, dance parlor. So, anyway, there was this young lady that came in. Actually, she wasn't a dancer, she was a massage girl, and she worked right beside me. Now, the situation with this young lady is I knew her 5 years ago. So I knew her in 2019, 2000, year 2000. So we were just friends. Well, we weren't even friends. We were acquaintances. We saw each other once in a while. She came to my restaurant to eat and stuff like that. Customer. But I didn't even know her name at that time. But I found out that she was a massage girl and she worked right beside the adult entertainment industry where there was a parlor. Now, God sent me to this place to try to get people to believe in Him and to believe in God, right? So that's what I'm doing. But I am not really a good preacher. I am not a saint. I don't know why he picked me for this thing. I don't know. I do have a bubbly personality. I try to be funny. I try to be entertaining. I try to be charming. I try all the things I can in order for people to feel good about themselves and like me as well. So this young lady, she would come into the dance parlor, and she was thinking about switching over from a massage girl to a dance girl. So she remembered me. She goes, "Oh, you used to own a restaurant. Now you're working here and this and that." And I said, "Yeah, yeah." She was half Asian, half Caucasian, like, she had green eyes, light color hair. And I don't think that really is a precedence because I really can't say anybody's name, but I guess I can give you some description. Very, very attractive. So I said, yeah, I talked to her and stuff like that. I think it's a good idea to make the transition from the parlor to dancing. I think the dancing is much better for the girls in the parlors. That was my personal opinion at the time. Don't forget, all I really knew was dancers. And I was trying to get the dancers and the parlor girls to get along, and I thought this would be a good opportunity to start that. But we started to become friends, and good friends, friends with benefits even. But anyway, what the issue was is I didn't know really a lot about her background. So I gave her a reading, and then that opened up a whole bunch of things, like really a lot of things. I knew that she had an addiction, which before I didn't know. And when I do a reading, I can see things like this. I knew that she wasn't the same as all the rest of most of the females in there. She preferred women over men, which is a different thing, really. In 2005, there was a lot of women that went both ways, but when they usually prefer one over the other, which is not an issue really at all. It's not really an issue either. But so I also found out that she wanted to learn more about spiritual stuff. So she had me give a reading to her mom. Then she had me give a reading to her dad. Then she had me give a reading to her sister. So I wanted to help her with her addiction because that's where her money was going. The addiction was, I don't know I guess I'm going to tell you, it's opioids. It's like pills. So I knew that they had a program in the government that would help people like this. But I also wanted her to believe in God without really preaching because I'm no good at that. I try to lead by example. And after all these readings I done for her, she had a lot of faith in me. But having faith in me and having faith in God are two different things. It's not about me, it's about God. So I bought her a cross, and it was made out of gold. because that was an issue even for me. But she did say to me, she goes, "Is this made out of gold?" And I said, "Yeah, the cross is made out of gold." She says, "Do you mind if I pawn it off?" I said, "Well, why don't you wait a little while before you pawn this cross off? It represents Jesus Christ." She knew nothing about religion. She didn't even know what Christmas really was for other than presents. So I started to teach her a little bit about God and Jesus Christ and the Holy Spirit. And this went on for a while. And as she was around me, like everybody else, they prosper. They'll make wealth. It's just this thing that I have. Some people call it good luck. Some people call it just faith. Some people call it just I manifest it for them. I help them. I increase their value of themselves to do better in their lives. And I know I can do this. And if I do a one-on-one, these are like multiple people around me that I can do this with. But one-on-one, I can do a major job. And she started to realize that the wealth was coming in big time for her, because I made her feel good about herself. And once she felt good about herself, her clients felt good and wanted to know what this happiness that she had was going on inside of her. I'm thinking it was learning about God personally, but I really don't know. I'm not going to speculate. But anyway, I wanted to get her into the methadone program at that time. That's what they called it. Now they have a lot of different names for it in the box, and there's a million different drugs that can help you with this opioid addiction. But anyway, I got her into the program. That was in maybe near the end of 2005, starting 2006. Now, the success rate in this program is not really that great, but they do save money, and the idea is to get them out of the addiction. And not only that, 3 or 4 of the dancers at the time joined in, and I found out, because I didn't do readings on everybody, I didn't know that they had an addiction, and I started bringing all these people to these clinics. There was one on my main street of my city on Dundas. That's the one I usually went to. And then they opened up a lot of them after 2010 or 2011. They were all over the place after. But around 2005, 2006, I think there was only a few of them. But I got her to go there. And like with this young lady, after a while, I started to think, perhaps this business is not as good for her as she thinks, being the way that she is. And so I tried to make different opportunities for her to perhaps get out of the business. This took forever. So we're going to jump 10 years ahead from 2005 to 2015. All of a sudden, her opioid addiction is done with. She passed, which is usually 1 in 100 people make it through to be successful and get out of the addiction, which is ridiculous, I know. Even 1 in 50. But anyway, she also got out of the business. She got a job at a car factory. Now, that was around 2014, 2015. And now we're in 2025. I haven't seen her in about 5 years or 10 years. So I just hope she's doing well. And that story is about her and a success story. And she believed in God. And she kept the cross. So that was really good for what I wanted to do. And I think what God wanted me to do in this situation he put me in. But yeah, I liked it. Like he said, I would love it. And I do love it. And it's actually working out pretty well for me, I guess. Anyway, that's about it. I'll talk to you later, Birdy. Thanks. Bye.